Welcome back, peeps. This is Illuminum Tarot. We are going to be doing the air signs for today. And now for this reading, we're going to kick it off with Aquarius. This is Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Sun, Moon, and Rising for the Aquarians out there, the water bearers. So before we kick things off, as always, reading here with Queen of Swords energy. That is my Libran Ascendant speaking to the masses and hopefully chopping heads and taking names a little bit later. So this is all in good fun because it's for the purpose of illumination. So please try not to take anything too personally. But I just do use that sharp tongue to communicate as clearly and effectively as possible sometimes. As a disclaimer, please be aware of any scammers that are out there, pretending to be tarot readers and scamming people out of their hard-earned cash. So whether you use the pound, the dollar, the euro, the yen, doesn't matter. Get a proper reading from the right person. Look in the description box below if you want a personal reading, so that way you can get it directly from the source instead of a scammer. Now, anything else we've got to cover here? Yep, also, if you want to like, share, and subscribe, if you enjoy this reading or resonate with the reading or the message that was in it, please feel free to do so. That helps support the channel and boost up those algorithms whenever possible. So, we're going to get right into it, Aquarians. Let's do it. This is going to be for the month of May 2023. Aquarians, what's happening in your life? We're going to find out. What's happening for the Aquarians in May 2023, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What's happening for our Aquarians? The Rebels of the Zodiac. What's happening with the Aquarians for May 2023? What's happening with our Aquarians for May 2023? Give them one more shuffle for good luck. Come on, Rider-Waite, let's do it. All right. Dot, and there. So, we're going to see, who are you in May 2023? The Sun, look at that. Challenge, the Eight of Cups. In the recent past, Aquarians, what happened? Near future. In the core, in the bottom, we have Chariot reversed, and in the crowning position, we have the Fool. That's you, or A's, whichever comes first, but Aquarians, yes. How does the Aquarian see themselves? Don't know how to really take that one. We'll clarify that one a bit later. Environment, judgment, hopes and fears of the Aquarian. Okay, we're going to get into that one. That one's funny. Last but not least, the potential outcome for May 2023. Clarify the Knight of Swords, please. All right. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Page of Pentacles. So maybe you're learning something new. Maybe you're friend zoning someone. Maybe you're just saying, here, I'll give you this and nothing more. So that way we can just carry on with our studies here. And let me go ahead and move this. All right. Don't pay any attention to the coaster, by the way. It's my favorite coaster in the morning. So let's start off. We have the Sun and the Eight of Cups here. Sun challenged by the Eight of Cups. So I'm not really sure if I get a sense of happiness from this sun. Could be. Could be you're saying, okay, well, I'm just going to choose to be happy, blah, blah, blah. But however, I see this as more of a person who has found something out, illuminated something. But it's difficult to walk away from what it is that they know in the recent past. And this person is setting off on their journey in the Eight of Cups to make sure that they find what it is that is emotionally fulfilling to them, going from the Eight of Cups to the Nine of Cups, which is emotional contentment and fulfillment in oneself, not necessarily with others. So that said, it seems to me that I don't understand why the sun would find its challenge with the Eight of Cups. The only thing I can say is maybe the sun, and you have the moon here in the Eight of Cups. Maybe there's an issue between a head over heart decision. Maybe there's an issue with walking away from something that you find makes you feel happy and not having the strength or the courage yet to do that. But we're going to go throughout the rest of the reading here in the spread to try to find out more information. So in the recent past, you have the High Priestess, someone who is revealing a secret. And again, it kind of plays into that sun energy here. Illumination, finding out something. And here we have the High Priestess, which normally in the upright can hold secrets, is okay with not divulging the secrets of the universes, as indicated here by the pomegranates here, the cloak that hides all the secrets and wisdom of all the universe. With that being in the reversed, I see a secret coming out, something being found out. And whatever that secret is, I'm not really sure. We can see what it's related to. I'll do my best to clarify. What's the secret? So the secret is someone was in a commitment, and this Aquarian here either found out someone was in a commitment or was in a commitment and got found out. And such is the nature of keeping secrets. They come out to light no matter what. And so, in the near future, I see someone, instead of dwelling on the past, oh, okay, well, this happened, I'm going to go ahead and focus on what makes me happy right now. I'm going to focus on my pentacles. The past was a bit of a disaster. I'm going to focus on what I can control at the moment. What is this Aquarian working on? From what I get here, this is a person who's they're trying to stay busy, and they're also trying to stay guarded. They're doing their best to hold themselves back from any kind of either mistakes they made in the past, experiences they had in the past. I see a person who's just kind of a bit of a workaholic, it seems like this, because this is a person who is focusing on the pentacles, holding back. And if we were to clarify again, maybe it would give us a little bit more detail. Yeah, it's the same. Closed off, blocked off, focusing on their work. They are doing what they can to avoid feelings here. I don't see any feelings here. It's just swords, it's pentacles, and yes, this is the sign of Leo. But 8 is the number of the self. And so I get in this spread that whatever happened in this commitment, this relationship, whether or not they were connecting with someone else or basically separating from someone, and now it's moving over to, okay, this happened, so I'm going to focus on my work and blocking out the rest of the world, because this is the only thing that I feel that I'm in control of. The Strength card here, if we look at the Strength card, they have a lion and a maiden, and this maiden is controlling the lion with her grace. And even though it's a foolhardy thing to do, because lions are quite dangerous creatures for whoever's been to the zoo or who's seen them live out in the Serengeti. If there are lions in the Serengeti. Yeah, there are lions in the Serengeti. What am I talking about? Anyways, this person is controlling the lion, and they have this inner strength within themselves, represented by the infinity symbol above their head, which is also found in the Magician. Infinite strength, infinite capabilities and manifestation. And this person is holding this lion's mouth shut, even though this lion could pretty much destroy her. It chooses not to because it knows that she is in control. There is a mutual bond between the innocence of this maiden and the bestial nature of this lion. So it is about taming that beast with the innocent nature. And whatever beast is residing within this Aquarian that I'm reading for is being controlled by their efforts to build something of lasting prominence in the future. Fortunately, whilst doing this, they are blocking themselves off from the rest of the world, so that way they can have their utmost focus on turning away from what happened in the past. Now, this is also evidenced here by who the person is. I'm seeing a correlation between these three cards here and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. This can be someone who is a bit off kilter, a little bit not balanced, but also a person who can be a workaholic, similarly to the King of Pentacles reversed. King of Pentacles reversed can be a person who doesn't quite have their shit together, or doesn't necessarily, function with a bit of authority in themselves. They can lack resources or confidence. And in the Queen of Pentacles, she nurtures. So maybe she's overdoing it a bit. In the upright, we have a pentacle. In the reverse, we have a pentagram. This is maybe also someone who is finding their comfort in carnal desires, maybe a little bit too much, bunga bunga, or for all my Italian friends that know what that's all about. But we will see what this relates to with the rest of the spread. It just may be a bit time for you to get grounded. And perhaps we can clarify the Queen of Pentacles reverse. Judgment in the environment. Is this person working themselves to death so that they can escape judgment? Are they blocking out the judgment, the karma that has come back to them through their actions? And now the environment around them is saying, okay, well, it's time for you to get, whatever you put out there, we're going to give back to you. Not saying necessarily that someone is getting their karma, whatnot, because there are some very lovely Aquarians. But whatever you accumulate in your life, whatever was in your past life, represented by the naked people here coming out of their coffins, that's dead and gone. Now they're trying to build something new through their environment. So in a sort, it's a decision for them to kind of rebuild their lives, restructure their lives by making something new take place, new to shape out. Additionally, this is a major arcana as we see here. So this is something that is divinely ordained, not necessarily within the control of the Aquarian that I'm reading for here, the one that this resonates for. I almost get the sense that after the secret about the commitment came out, potentially an affair, they just kind of looked at life and were like, oh, okay, well, you know what, things happen. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do what I can to stay in control of the rest of my time on this planet Earth, this third rock from the sun, spinning clod of dirt by cultivating it the best way I can, shaping it into pentacles. And in doing so, hopefully they can manifest their abundance. Because maybe then I don't see hardly any cards of love here other than the Lovers, and that is even in reverse. So this is a person that is millions and millions of miles away from love. And maybe they're trying to get a second chance in their life through their environment in order to create some kind of material abundance, because they realized that maybe love was not necessarily the best thing for them at the time, or maybe not necessarily something that brought them any kind of really sense of happiness, because this sun here is blocked by the Eight of Cups. So maybe they've thought they had happiness and now they're walking away. They know they had to walk away from it due to this betrayal, this transgression that happened or took place in the past. And so in doing so, now they're looking at their life and they're trying to reassess, reevaluate what it is that they necessarily need to do in order to have some kind of, positive outcome. You know, people who have gone through a divorce, they tend to become workaholics. People who have gone through some kind of traumatic experience in their life, they become something that tries to compensate for whatever it was that they were dealing with in the past, which created the trauma. And so it's a coping mechanism. It's a coping mechanism of workaholism in order to manifest something that they think would give them the best kind of status, happiness, abundance. But that's not love. You know, we're not going to talk about love at this particular point, because love, we know what that's done to us in the recent past. We've walked away from that, and it's clear as day with the sun that we need to go ahead and move on to something else. And that's very interesting because, ironically, this, you know, the Ten of Pentacles is also the card of the wealthy family, you know, the abundance, the wife, dog, you know, 2.5 children, white picket fence, and all that good stuff. Instead of a fence, we have an archway. But maybe I get the impression that this isn't really the Ten of Cups. We don't want to go into that territory. You know, this particular Aquarian that I'm reading for, or Aquarians, we don't want to go into the territory of emotional contentment. We want to show the world what I've accomplished and achieved in the past. So this is more of a superficial kind of abundance. This is abundance for show. This is an abundance for display purposes only. You know, a demo, a show, you know, that you would give to someone saying that I've worked my derriere off for this one, and now I'm going to parade that abundance around and make sure that people know exactly what I've been through. So maybe I'm getting the impression that this is a person that does have a bit of insecurities, maybe someone who needs to show the world that they have accomplished something to make up for, you know, any kind of trauma or past that they have had, which is, of course, resurrecting itself via the judgment in their environment. So maybe their interactions with people are a representation of their old life that they need to shed and actually have a judgment call on, so that they can have a more healthy approach to what they do in life. And I'm not saying that this is, you know, just an Aquarian thing. This could be with many people. I mean, we all have our demons that we need to face, but, you know, so be it. Last but not least, we have the Knight of Swords and the Lovers reversed. Now, I'm trying to look at these two cards. These are two quite contradictory cards. Maybe this is a person that's rushing back into something, but not with the purposes of love or even making a decision. It seems really hasty. I'm really getting the hasty energy indicated by the Knight of Swords, which a person who rushes in, rushes out, can be quite flighty, inconsistent, can also particularly be a person who hasn't quite thought things through when they come into a particular situation. They're coming into this outcome detached. I'm wondering if their heart's really in it. What are they rushing into something for if they don't really feel connected to it? Well, let's find out what this connection is related to. Oh, God. You can't make this shit up, can you? So, we have the Three of Swords. What were we just speaking about? Hurt, pain, trauma. And yet the tarot, once again, delivers the truth and connects all the dots for us. Knight of Swords, rushing back into something but actually not dealing with the heartache that they've dealt with in the past. Maybe they're coming back in due to heartache that they've experienced again. Maybe they're coming back in due to the fact that they have experienced yet again another third-party situation. This screams third party here. I have been keeping a secret about someone that I have been committed to. Or maybe I've been keeping a secret about what I truly believe in, as the Hierophant is the teacher and the belief system. And now in the end of it, so in the past and in the future, we have a person who is not yet addressing their wounds. And so whatever they rush into, they're going to be carrying that dead weight with them, those swords, in their heart when they rush into anything else. So this is kind of a warning to me This is a warning saying that if you don't pull those swords out of your heart and take the time to heal, everything that you approach, look at this Knight of Swords rushing towards this Ten of Pentacles, and yet their heart isn't even in it. The only thing that's in their heart are swords. We need to think about that for a bit. What's it going to take for you to actually approach something that's really going to resonate with you? And I do apologize. I forgot to even mention the core and the crown of this spread. So to tie things into everything, we have the Chariot reversed. This is a person who is feeling stuck because of what happened in the past. They feel like there's no forward movement. And at the crown, all they want to do is just take whatever necessary steps. So we have the Knight of Swords, the Fool, rushing, leaping into this with reckless abandon to get to this Ten of Pentacles. And yet, for some reason, they're completely disconnected to it due to a heartbreak in their past. Now, to this Aquarian, if this resonates with you, I strongly suggest for you to get right with yourself and to make sure that you are addressing the wounds that you've experienced in the past before the wounds come back to accompany you in the future, to show for you. We don't want that for our lovely Aquarians. We do really, really have a soft spot for you, because think about it this way. If you do that, you're going to be playing yourself. It is a mind game of control, of dominance. It is a mind game of doing your best to win at all cost, even if that win is a Pyrrhic victory and very painful to you. And we don't want you in pain. We want you to be happy. But you're going to have to define somewhere by going right back to the beginning and finding that happiness. Don't block it by walking away from your happiness. And perhaps that's what this means. When you find something that makes you happy, and yet you walk away from it, you turn your back on your happiness. You pay in the long term with it, with the consequences of your actions, by carrying the unhappiness with you. So what are you carrying into the future? What are you walking with the Fool's journey? The Fool comes in with a sack, and that's really all he needs. He's got everything he needs there to manifest his true nature, his true desires. And yet, whatever you're carrying in your sack, don't let it be your heart covered in swords. We walk lightly throughout this path in our lives, no matter how much money we have, no matter how many men and women we sleep with, no matter how many friends we've got, where we live, how much status we've got. We come into this world naked. We leave this world in clothes that we carry until we're nothing but dust. We carry very little in this travel, in the Fool's journey. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys... Oh, and look. Something told me to look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Empress here at the bottom, indicating that this is who you really are. You're a beautiful, abundant spirit. You have everything that you need, and anything that you really want, you can gestate and bring it to fruition. The Empress attracts everything that she needs. And I think with this particular Empress, also an air sign, is Libra. Whether or not this is a person you know or this is a character trait that you have within yourself, start attracting the abundance that you want in your life. But think about the abundance that you want. Is it going to be something that is just material success, status, power, wealth, fame, things of that nature? Or is it going to be within you? Are you going to let this grow and let yourself be an abundant Empress who rules over the entire universe with her feminine energy? Avoid the games. Don't play games with your heart. Maybe I'll even title this that. Don't play games with your heart. Get connected again. Avoid this swords energy. We have 3 swords, 4 air sign cards. There's a lot of mental energy taking place here. So this is a person who is ruminating over what took place in the past and who is unable to walk away from it, because maybe that gives them this comfort that is, in some ways, pacifies their heartache, We're going to pull 3 cards. I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Moonology Tarot Oracle, and we're going to wrap it up from here. So what advice do we have for our lovely Aquarians? What advice do we have our lovely Aquarians? What advice do we have our beautiful Aquarius? Our airy fairy crew. Okay, so advice for the Aquarians, Sun, Moon, and Rising. The advice for the Aquarians, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is the first one. Well, that popped out too. And we had this card for the Librans as well. Oof, don't let it fall. And there's your final card. So, I'm taking these upright because they're advice. The first one is hold your vision. And this is a fixed moon. You are a fixed sign, aren't you? Along with Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo. Hold your vision. Where do you see yourself going in life? Where is it that you think that you'll have the best potential chances and outcomes? Use your intuition a bit more, because this moon is fixed. The moon obviously connecting to our fears or our intuition, depending on which way we let it swing. So ask yourself, are you going to be dominated by your fear, or are you going to be dominated by the truth? This is going to be what lights your path in the future, and whichever path you choose to take, that light will ultimately affect your destination. You and your loved ones are safe. This card keeps jumping out for a lot of people. And I think it's in your situation, it's the same thing. You and your loved ones are safe. You are safe to love. You are safe to feel something. There's a lot of mental energy here. It's a lot of air. It's a lot of pentacles. There's not really any passion. There's no passion. There's barely any passion here. There's only a passion to achieve material status and to hold back. Wrapping ourselves in this cloak of material wealth and material gain instead of getting to the core of ourselves. The Cancer is kind of similar. They're very hard on the outside. They have to protect themselves at all costs. But on the inside, they're soft and sometimes delicious, depending on which crabs you eat. But this is also a very nurturing card. This is the card of Cancer, which is a very nurturing, empathetic card. Despite their tough exterior, they do have a warmth and a breath of emotion underneath all of it. And it's asking you to tap into that rather than to shut it out from the rest of the world, using your shell to protect others from what you feel deeply inside. I don't think that's the case, that you need to do that this time. I think you actually need to tap more into that nurturing maternal instinct that is lying dormant with you, waiting to be expressed. Finally, we have a win-win outcome is forecast. I just pulled this for the Libran. So if there's a Libra in your chart, whether you've got a moon or you've been a moon and rising, or moon rising or sun, sorry. And you're also looking for some kind of balance within yourself, or you know a Libran that you've been dealing with. Understand that a win-win outcome is forecast. Now, you still chart your own course, but you have the ability to make this become something more than the grind, the rat race, the lust for accomplishment and achievement, the validation that you would seek from people by having this Ten of Pentacles, because I simply just don't see any love in this card. How will you find your win-win accomplishment, your win-win outcome? I think the best way to do it is to do it for you. Do it for yourself. Make sure that all the acts of love that you give are the same ones you give to yourself. And you'll be that abundant Empress, the First Lady of the universe. Thanks so much for this lovely, lovely time to read for you, Aquarius. I do appreciate your time. Once again, this is Illuminum Tarot. If you have enjoyed this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ding the notification bell. Tell all your others, tell your friends and family about this new channel that is desperately trying to take off on the ground, because it is going to be an endeavor, but I will make sure that I stay as consistent as possible. Once again, thanks so much for your time and attention. I do appreciate it. I hope you got something from this reading as well. And take care. I will see you next time. Bye now.